Hey guys, I am Chuck.
And I'm Allie.
And we are AlliChuck Adventures. And this week we are camping in Gainesville, Georgia at Don Carter State Park.
Yep.
If you're new to our channel, we'd appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button down below. It doesn't cost anything. Ring the bell. That way you know when we upload new videos. And
if you find this video informative, or if you just like the video, give us a thumbs up. What do Floridians do on spring break? So most people go to Florida for spring break. But what do we do? What do Floridians do when we go to spring break? We actually go to the mountains. We're here in Georgia.
Last year we went to Colomoki Mounds and Providence Canyon. This year we're here at Don Carter State Park. It's on Lake Lanier, and that's about an hour north of where Allie's mom lives.
Yeah, so I'm able to see her this time. I'm excited to be able to spend some time with her.
Yeah.
Yesterday we actually took a day trip to Tallulah Gorge to check out the
state park.
Which we wanted to actually camp there, but there just weren't any sites available to reserve.
So when we first got to the trail by the visitor center there at Tallulah Gorge, you could go left to Overlook 1, which was about a quarter of a mile, and which is what we did first, and we looked at that overlook, and then we went back and went to 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that, I think we ended up hiking about, I think it was 1.5 miles.
Yeah, it wasn't
there
too
and back.
long of a walk to the through the whole rim trail. It wasn't very far.
These overlooks were really actually quite cool. I think one of our favorite overlooks was the last one, which was number 5.
All right, so we were over there at the overlook. I think it was 1 and 2. Way over there, and now we're at 5.
It's quite a hike.
Yeah.
You don't realize it until you see how small those little people are over there, and you realize, hey, we hiked that far. And you can see the falls here, and you can also see the dam and the water coming over the dam. So this upper rim trail is pretty nice. It was definitely dog friendly on the upper rim of the trail, but we did notice that you cannot take your dog down the stairs to the swinging bridge or to the canyon floor, which not quite sure why they restrict that.
Well, they did have those typical grate stairs where
metal grates.
Yeah, that Nikki can't walk very well anyway. So
yeah.
Well, we're talking about in the future camping there at the campground, and then maybe just leaving her in the RV and walking down at the suspension bridge.
Yeah, I'm not sure we want to go all the way to the canyon floor, and that's supposed to be a pretty strenuous hike. And if it's anything like Cloudland Canyon, that was strenuous.
Yeah.
For sure. After we got done with Tallulah Gorge, we ended up heading over to the town of Dahlonega. We actually thought that we had never, well, Allie had been to Dahlonega. I actually thought that I'd never been there.
Right, and we thought that it was something new for him. We've actually been to the Shenanigans restaurant there.
Yep.
So we got a picture.
Sad thing was it was only 2 years ago, and we totally forgot. So I don't know if we're getting senile.
I hope not.
It wasn't until we got into town and I was like, you know what? I think I have been here. I think we ate here after we had gone to Amicalola Falls.
Right.
For Shenanigans, yep. And it's dog friendly, and it's got a cute little porch here. They've got indoor outdoor seating, and gonna have wings and a blue moon.
Yeah.
Blue moon. Here we go again.
Oh gosh. Yeah. It's perfect weather to sit outside here too.
Yeah. Oh,
Feels
it's beautiful
great.
today. Absolutely gorgeous weather.
They actually had it all decorated and ready for tomorrow's festivities of St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, we were going to eat there again last night, but they were closed. Closed Monday and Tuesday.
And actually, a lot of the restaurants were
Closed. Yeah.
A lot of the stores have been closed as well. So we ended up taking
Another trip.
to Helen, which is one of our favorite towns. So if you've never been to Helen, Georgia, you have to check it out. It's definitely got a really neat German vibe.
Yep.
So,
I pulled it up on the map.
We can put a link up here at the top to our Helen video, and if you want to check it out.
Yeah, I pulled it up on the map and I was like, we're only like 20 miles from Helen. And I was like, I'm kind of craving a Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah, which he did. He got his Wiener Schnitzel last night, and I ended up having some French onion soup, which was really good, and some wings.
Yeah, but the whole thing leading up to us getting food last night, Allie was getting a little bit hangry last night. Let me start by saying we went to Betty's grocery store. We love Betty's grocery. And I was looking at a restaurant called Hofbrauhaus, right? At this point, the only things that are open is Hofbrauhaus and Cowboys and Angels. And I mistook Hofbrauhaus for another restaurant. So we walked all the way back across town to this restaurant, and I was like, that's not even Hofbrauhaus. And I look on the map, and I'm like, OMG.
It was
Hofbrauhaus was right there next to Betty's grocery store. If we would have just walked another 1/10 of a mile. Then we decided we were going to eat at, what was it, Cowboys and Angels?
Cowboys and Angels.
And I thought we were right there by it, and turns out we had already crossed the Chattahoochee River, and it was on the other side of the river. And Allie's like, at this point, she's like, I just want Wendy's.
I was like, I'm done. I was like, babe, I'm gonna sit right here on this bench, and you're gonna go get the truck, and we're gonna drive over to Hofbrauhaus.
That's what I did. That's what I did. Her and Nikki sat on the bench, and I had to go another half a mile to get the truck and pick her up. And we ended up back at Hofbrauhaus, and it was awesome.
It was so good.
So if you're ever in Helen, I definitely recommend Hofbrauhaus. My Wiener Schnitzel was as big as the plate. It was huge.
It was good food, and we had some German beer, which was really good, and it was right on the water. We were able to see the water, which we like trolling under the bridge, but they're not pet friendly anymore.
Nope. So our first impressions here at Don Carter State Park for the camping side of things is we're loving this campground quite a lot.
Yeah. The layout of it is just really, really nice. I really like the layout here at this campground. Some people had complained that they didn't like the idea that a lot of the roads were very hard to follow, but once you do get to know them and you notice the arrows, it's not too bad. I really like it. I think it's very unique.
Yes, you just have to pay attention to the arrows on the pavement. Otherwise, you might mistake a pull-through site for the actual road. I kind of was mistaken when I was driving through the the dump station, and I thought that was the road. But it's a really nice campground. And just driving through the campground and kind of exploring some of the sites, we discovered that sites 1 through 18 are the sites that I would say are the prime sites.
They're on the lake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So these sites are all pretty much on the lake, and there was like site number 7 and site number, I think it was 10 and 11, just look like they would be like the best sites to if you really wanted a nice lake view.
Right, and I like the fact that all the sites have the concrete pads and the picnic table and the fire ring on gravel. It's just very manicured and very clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not a lot of tracking dirt into your RV like there is in Florida. And we love our Florida state parks, but they're a little bit more of a, primitive than what this seems to be. This almost seems like a resort.
Right.
They also have a couple boat launches here. So if you want to come in with your boat and get on Lake Lanier, be easy access to the lake. They also have a beach down here by the lake. Not pet friendly though.
So they actually have 2 main hiking trails here. They have the Terrapin Cove hiking trail, which takes you around the main part of the campground. And then they also have the Huckleberry Thicket Trail, which takes you around the boat rental area and the
beach.
Fishing pier and dock. They also have 8 cottages here that you can rent out.
Our first night here, we decided to take a little trip down to the town of Gainesville, which was about a 15-minute drive from the campground here. And we actually discovered that it was kind of a cute little town square, an old town square, southern town square.
Yeah, got some cute shops and antique stores. And honestly, it reminded me so much of when I went to college at University of Georgia in Athens, which we are actually about 41 miles from there. So I thought, well, that's probably why, just because that same vibe carries close by.
So I ended up convincing Allie to go ahead and come out and check this trail out as we're just exploring around Gainesville and was looking up things to do, and Wilshire Trails came up and it said it had a little covered bridge. So
Cute.
we drove over here. Allie was a little cold. We didn't see exactly where the trail led, so I went and scoped it out.
Aww.
I told her it was not very far, so we're
This is cute.
on a covered bridge over a little creek.
Aww.
So as we're not going to really hike too much of this because it's just kind of cold and damp today. And we are not used to this. It's cold, really cold, rainy, damp.
Yeah, the wet.
Makes it so much colder.
Yeah, that's what makes it.
So we're about ready to head back to the campground
I'm shivering.
and start a campfire. But this was a neat little, side excursion. Yeah. So this was something we would have definitely not known about had I not just, pulled up Google and said, show me attractions near me.
Right.
So I thought I'd give a quick update on the Husky Centerline hitch and how it towed the trailer since I have reconfigured it for this particular trailer, and this was actually our first long trip. It did great. There was only one thing that I think I'm going to do tomorrow morning before we head back is I'm going to take one washer out. I think it's got just a little bit too much pitch down because the bars were wearing on the back side of the brackets. It looked like a little bit more than normal. It did great. I mean, we didn't even notice really when semis were passing us or even some of the high winds that we had. Another quick update I wanted to give on the F-250 and the gas mileage that we're getting with the Aquila was actually surprising. We got an average of 9 miles per gallon coming up here to Georgia, and that's only about a half a mile to a mile different than what we got on our trailer before, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And we had no issues pulling any of these hills so far, and we had some pretty steep grades coming up here, so it's going to do fine, I do believe. And we're pretty happy with the overall results of between the Husky Centerline and the gas mileage we're getting.
So we are getting ready to head to Snellville to see my mom, and we're going to do a little work around the house, help her out a little bit, and spend some time with her before we have to head back home tomorrow. So Chuck's getting his famous, or my mom's famous spaghetti tonight. He's excited for that.
No keto tonight.
No, I'm actually breaking my keto today too. We're going to get her some St. Patrick's Day cupcakes too. So we will see you in Snellville. Making maple brown sugar coffee this morning.
I guess since we can't have maple bacon brown sugar pancakes,
Yeah.
the maple bacon brown sugar coffee might be the next best thing.
Yep. All right, so this is my mama, and we are actually making her famous spaghetti right now. Well, she started the sauce, and we're getting ready to start the hamburger meat. But today I've been upstairs packing up my room a little bit, going through some of my personal things from when I was a child, and taking some things back with me this time.
Your retainer?
Oh gosh, no, it was actually braces.
Or braces, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I ended up throwing them away though. That's a little gross taking that back.
It was a little gross you trying to put them back on.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
We are heading back tomorrow, going back home, and spring break will be over this weekend, going back to work on Monday. But we are actually going to be camping in Pensacola in a couple weeks. We have a Carnival crew gig, and we're also meeting up with Happily Ever Hanks, Kyle and Renee. So looking forward to meeting them. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification. All right, bye, guys.